Guys, welcome back. So we're here today at Magna Golf Club, and while we have the perfect opportunity to hit off of obviously turf today, which is fantastic, we thought we'd bring along our trusty mat from the shop.
Artificial mat.
So we wanted to really dig into show you guys the difference between a ball struck off turf, a ball struck off a mat, what differences we see in launch and spin and speed and all that sort of stuff. So you guys, when you go to the range, you kind of don't always go, well, it just done that because it was off this turf or that mat.
I think there's a common belief that there's a huge difference between the two of them.
Yeah.
I think there's no doubt that maybe at times a very firm mat might be forgiving off of a fat shot.
Just to bounce into the ball.
But I think a well-struck shot, two well-struck shots, people need to be aware of what the ball flight does.
Exactly.
Is there a difference at all? We're going to find out right now.
Exactly. That's exactly it. I mean, I always say to people when we're talking about lie angle, and people ask me, you know, do we not want, you know, the sort of club coming in, you know, nice and level with the ground? Because, you know, surely if the club is toe down, then it will deflect open. Well, if the club is deflected open prior to hitting the ball, your problem is you can't hit the ball first.
You've hit it fat.
Yeah, that's your bigger problem than your lie angle. So, you know, looking at this type of thing, we should really, if we hit a well-struck shot, see the difference on launch, spin and speed. Those are the three main parameters we're looking at. Okay, so we're going to get Matt to hit some 7-irons just off the mat. We'll remove the mat, hit some off the turf. Let's see what we see.
Let's do it.
Excellent. Okay, excellent stuff. That was really interesting. So, little sample size of some shots off the mat, some off the turf. Matt, there was like next to no difference.
None.
Next to none. The difference was probably less than we could probably attribute to human error.
For sure.
Right. We talked a little bit at the start about how much we selected the T-line turf from Synthetic Turf International. Right. It's so good at just simulating strike point. So we're really not seeing that. I go back to the days when I used to kind of use a lie board for fitting, and I used to drop a ball on a lie board for people, and they would hit one and all of a sudden it would launch, you know, 2-3 degrees higher and spin like 1,000 less, and it'd go further, and you know, it gave such a false reading. That's what a real firm surface does. Gotcha. So guys, you know, if you ever see that from a lie board, that's completely the surface that is influencing the ball to do what it does. Okay, so launch angle on the mat was 17.3, off the turf was 16.8, half a degree in it.
The same.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The spin rate was 60 RPMs more off the turf, 60. Which is 7,597 versus 7,666.
That's crazy.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The ball carried 176 off the mat, 177 off the turf. Same.
Yeah.
The land angle was 49.8 versus 50.1.
Right. So we're literally talking about, if you looked at those six balls, they're the same shot.
I think what it comes down to ultimately is what we talked about a little bit at the start about if there's a little bit of a variance in the strike quality, we're dealing with someone who can make perfect contact, whether it's off a mat or
a good strike, a well-struck ball. Yeah.
Guys, if you struggle and your ball striking isn't your strongest suit, sure, you're going to see some differences. Yeah. You know, that might be why you're seeing more, but, you know, again, address those rather than worrying too much about what you're seeing. Yeah. Another part of it is working with an experienced fitter that they know what's going on. Yeah. You know, I think that's an important part. If you're working with somebody who isn't, you know, maybe sure why that's going on or why the launch is higher off some really firm mats and spin is less, you know, that's a little inexperienced.
Because you've jumped in before and said it sounded a little bit heavy to me, and then you've looked at the numbers and identified it. Yeah, exactly. But if someone strikes it well and hits the ball first, it's the same ball.
I think this is a really interesting test, something we've wanted to do for a while, isn't it?
We have, yeah. It's just good for people that if not everyone can practice off turf at either the local club or local range. Yeah. So there's definitely no harm in going out. Your ball striking isn't going to be changed by it.
Yeah.
You just have to be aware that maybe your heavy shot is a little bit more forgiven on an artificial surface versus real turf. That's
exactly it. And I think to our point, what's very important to us is knowing that going indoors to get fit, and if that's the conditions that you're dealing with, you're not sacrificing anything by hitting off a really high quality mat versus turf. You're not giving anything up at all. I would probably strongly argue that what you gain in control of the environment is well worth it.
We've been learning that today. It's tough filming outside, and it's tough doing fits outside. There's variables with weather and technology and stuff like that.
That's right.
I think from a personal perspective, I've seen why you guys fit inside. Honestly, it's just
is that a bit of an eye opener now to see
it's a controlled environment, right? So you're eliminating variables, and obviously those mats are really good. So I think no one should be hesitating to get fit. And if you go practice on mats, as long as they're decent, then it's not a bad choice.
Definitely. Guys, hope this was gave you a little insight into why we do what we do, and why we maybe make some of the selections we do, but setting up our environment like we do at TXG. Definitely encourage you to, if you get fit indoors, make sure the variables are in order, good high quality equipment, good high quality sort of fitter, and obviously the turf conditions are appropriate to give you some good shots.
Awesome.
Excellent. Guys, thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.